Alright, what is up? Welcome back to another video. I tried recording this. My card was full on the audio recorder, so here we are. For whatever reason, you tell the dates based off my videos. I apologize for now being off for 2 Mondays. It's just terrible. But we're back now. It's Tuesday. There's some news, so let's get into it. Before we get into the news items, I want to thank the members of this channel for joining. These lovely names right here have joined the channel. They have become Bronco buddies. I appreciate them and their support so very much. Join the channel, you get exclusive access to videos, early access to other videos, all sorts of other great perks, such as this really well planned and constructed, thoughtful shout out in my weekly videos, and other things I'm kind of cooking up. So be sure to join so you don't miss out on those. If you don't want to do that, that's fine as well. Just please subscribe, like the video, support the channel. I appreciate it. Moving on to the news. So apparently, the Rollei 35 AF pre-orders are in. This is a thing you can now pre-order for just the low price of $7.99 for the chrome body, or $8.28 for the black body. You can pre-order a Rollei 35 AF from their website. There are other sites, other camera stores that are offering pre-orders that you can order from them directly, such as I think Robert's Camera, I think is in the Midwest. But anyway, so you can order from them if you so choose. I don't know if there's going to be like any kind of timing delay on that. According to the Rollei 35 AF website, if you pre-order, it will be coming later this year at some stage. But they do have quite a high volume of orders coming in. So they're closing up the pre-orders in 2 days on September 12th. If you want to pre-order, jump in now. If you don't, I guess wait a little while for them to come out. So some quick facts about the camera. It's looking pretty good. It is a full-frame 35mm camera. The design is based almost entirely off of the earlier model of the Rollei 35. This, of course, does have an autofocus system, which uses LiDAR. It does look as though that's the only way to focus the camera. So if you wanted to use zone focus, then too bad. I don't know how I kind of feel about that necessarily, but it is kind of nice because they have automatic and manual exposure settings with an aperture range of 2.8 all the way up to 16, which is a really good range. 2.8 is very fast for a camera that's going to be as small as it is. The shutter speed range is 1 second all the way up to 1/500th of a second. And there is a long exposure setting that you can set for up to 60 seconds, which is pretty good, I would say. Now, the 500-second thing is interesting. That's not going to be as fast as some SLR systems, and that's because of the shutter. It's a leaf shutter, and there's a physical constraint to them opening, like, for the most part, except for, I can think of one exception off the top of my head. There's probably maybe another one, but they're only physically able to open at fastest 1/500th. The exception being the Yashica Lynx, which I think has a shutter speed of 1/750th, if not 1/1000th. I don't know if you can do that when it's wide open. I think the lens might need to be stopped down in order to achieve that shutter speed. I don't know because I've not spent much time with the Yashica Lynx because I have better things to do with my life, but I'm sure they're great cameras. The Rollei 35 is interesting because it is one of the quintessential zone focus camera systems, and for it to move past that and go directly into autofocus is very unique. It is one of the issues that I've heard the most with the Rollei 35s is people having issues with it focusing and all of these things. So very late in the game addressing that complaint in a very unique way. I don't know much about the camera and its operation. I likely won't be getting my hands on one anytime soon because no dinero. I kind of shot my wad with the Pentax 17. This does look like it's a phenomenal camera system to get into because it does offer the ability to kind of grow with the system, which is a subject that I've brought up many times on this channel that I wish more cameras had, where you can begin on the automatic and then gradually move into more of a manual setting and kind of learn more of the components of the camera as opposed to just having your hand held by all of the auto stuff. On the offset, it looks pretty much identical to the older Rollei 35 cameras. And I'm curious to see how that plays into it, because the people that like the Rollei 35s really like the Rollei 35s. Like, they are very passionate and ardent supporters of that system, and that's great. They don't really, if you try to joke about it, they don't really get that, so I would caution you to do that. It's a really good system, and I'm just curious to see if the fans and the supporters of those models really appreciate the due diligence to recreating it as they've tried to do here, or if they think it's an abomination because there's no zone focus. I do think, though, that this is attracting a lot of people to it, because there's a lot of people that were really hoping for full frame cameras, and now that they have one, that's a pretty good get. A couple of other things too. In the Rollei 35 AF, one of the readouts, it's saying that there is no need for zone focus or whatever. They kind of call out zone focusing. Now, on one hand, that's obviously in response to their migration from that system to the autofocus system. On the other hand, my high school mind of conflict and drama wants to think that Rollei 35 is out here calling out Pentax for the zone focus system on the Pentax 17. Probably not the case, but I just think it's kind of funny. I like to see companies throwing shade at each other unnecessarily. Other things to note, there is a display for the frame counter, exposure assistance, film speed, all that stuff. There's a 10-second timer, which I've indicated before is the button on the front. I really like the button, to be honest. I think it's a great design feature. Shout outs to them. I think it looks good. Also includes a lens cap and a leather wrist strap, which is interesting. I'm very curious to see what the leather wrist strap looks like. I'm curious to see what people think when they get their hands on it. I know there's some videos out there going over it in greater detail, but I appreciate you watching this one where I speculate from my computer. The other bit of news is kind of not at all pertaining to the world of film photography, but it does very much pertain to me. Since this is my channel, we're going to kind of talk about it. Basically, the Grand Tour is going to end this week. I believe the last episode airs on Friday. It's on Amazon Prime if you want to check it out. It's good stuff. I'm a big fan of old Top Gear. It's been a really revolutionary part of my life. Not a big car person, but the way that the three hosts were able to make cars feel not only compelling but like a part of the extended world is something that I really admire, and it's something that I really wanted to bring into the realm of film photography. Eagle-eyed viewers might remember about 2 years ago when I released a little series called The Best Show. Now, the idea behind that was to have a Top Gear Grand Tour-esque version of film photography where me and a host or friend or whatever be presented with challenges, be presented with different ways in which to take photos and do interviews and all these other elements there. I wanted to set it up as kind of like a show thing because I wanted to harken back to that old system. And then I wanted to use larger specials to kind of go on bigger trips and make kind of more dedicated videos into either a camera system, a different film, or what have you. The problem arises in the fact that this channel's kind of more dictated towards me repairing cameras. A lot of the people that watch these videos are either here for the news, here for my hands, my voice, or other. But regardless, there wasn't that much drive for film trip stuff at the time, and there still really isn't much on the channel as of yet, so far as I've noticed currently. So my idea was to create a new channel, and this channel would be more dedicated to those types of videos that I kind of feel more passion to create. I mean, longer form adventure style videos, longer form specials, if you will, either talking about a specific camera, a series of cameras, going on a road trip, taking photos, all of those things. Maybe just me, maybe with the host, we'll kind of see. I have a few videos that I've uploaded on there currently. They're kind of re-edited reposts of previous videos, and then I have a new video format on there as well where I shoot with a broken camera, and I've got more of those in the works. I have 3 specials planned for the next 3 months of the year, and that's kind of the point and the idea of this channel, is to be a little bit more of a slower upload schedule than this current channel is here. I try to put out a few videos a week. There it's probably going to be 1 or 2 a month. I'm going to kind of see how that plays out. All that being said, if you would like to hop over there now and subscribe, I appreciate that. Like I said, any kind of support, greatly appreciated. We're just going to kind of see where it goes. I'm going to try to make it a very fun thing. And I got a lot of ideas And I just thought it would be good to have a designated outlet for those ideas and not interrupt the release schedule of this channel too much. Now you might be saying, wow, that's a lot of work for one person. And yes it is. I couldn't agree more. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things that, like, it's something I really like doing. It's something I really want to do. So who am I to complain? Just want to make stuff. And like I said, with the end of the grand tour coming in those like 3 hosts that like helped reshape my mind in terms of what education and entertainment of a very niche topic can look like, I feel like now is just as good a time as any to try to kind of do the same, but in an area in which I'm super passionate about, and I would say reasonably knowledgeable in. So, with that being said, I really hope you go over there and subscribe. I hope you enjoy the videos, and leave any comments down below as to what you hope to see me do. I don't think that anyone's going to necessarily be able to predict the 3 specials that I have, but if you would like to guess, by all means. I think they're going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to shoot them. I can't wait to share them. And overall, yeah, I just really appreciate all of you guys watching, for giving me this opportunity. The camera just died, so this is just audio now. But anyway, thank you. Overall, good stuff. Moving ahead. Starting the new YouTube channel is kind of weird. I'll maybe talk about that in the members video. It's been a very interesting experience, but we'll get there. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it as always. Like I said, like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the Rollei 35 AF. Remember, pre-orders close on September 12th. Use the link in the description below if you want to buy Bearbottom shorts. I would appreciate that as well. They are fantastic. Fall is right around the corner, so make sure that you're all ready and cozied up. Get shorts, sweat pants, sweaters, shirts, all sorts of good stuff. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, what have you, if I stated something that was incorrect, feel free to share that in the comments section down below. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.